Today we find this crypto map firmly in the green, which is pleasing. We're seeing strong performances from altcoins, especially Bitcoin, which is at $87,000. We're seeing strong performances from Render, from Trump, which is definitely not a coincidence. It's because he made a little comment, a little tweet. We'll look at all of that together in a moment. In short, we're seeing strong performances from altcoins. We'll look at all of that in detail through this video. Let's start with this Bitcoin, which is magnificent. What we're doing is truly magnificent. So we knew it anyway. If you follow me on YouTube, you're really not surprised, but we knew that Bitcoin was going to rise anyway. We had already spotted this bullish divergence for several weeks. We knew it. There's no surprise. Bitcoin was going to rise, and it's rising. And above all, what we're doing is quite magnificent because look, remember we had this beautiful uptrend line here. We also have, it should be noted, the same line above, the downtrend line. And so yesterday, what we saw was that we absolutely had to avoid breaking it. Otherwise, we could have effectively put ourselves in danger. And what happened was that we bounced right off this uptrend line without breaking it. And so that's excellent because it allows us to regain a little strength. And that's what we're doing. We're regaining strength, and currently we're blocked by the key level of 86,890. So make no mistake, this is not a trivial key level. Do you see it there? Do you see it on the screen? Tell me in the comments if you see this coming. Honestly, folks, we're looking at something very, very serious. We formed a very interesting chart pattern. We have a cup and handle on our Bitcoin in the medium term. So you can see it here. We have the small cup and handle, the handle on the side. That's a bullish reversal chart pattern. So it's possible that in the medium term, we have a Bitcoin that's heading back to find my famous target. Remember, I've been telling you for weeks and weeks that Bitcoin will return to $92,500. That's our target. I don't know, however, if we'll go higher, I think, if we'll manage to re-enter. But in any case, for now, our target is $92,500 and we're heading there. And thanks to this chart pattern, we'll calculate its theoretical target together. But look, we'd really get close to it. So the theoretical target, here it is at 95,379. So thanks to this cup and handle pattern, it would be possible for Bitcoin to return to our range in the coming days. Remember here, the purple box, well, that's our target. We absolutely have to re-enter it from the bottom, because if we re-enter from the bottom, the theoretical goal would be to then reach the top of the range. So it would be truly incredible to do that. But for that, we have no choice. We'll have to validate the cup and handle because that's the problem. The problem is that right above our heads, as I was telling you earlier, we have the downtrend line, because since January 20th, we haven't been able to break this line. So if we don't manage to push, we'll find ourselves blocked by this line again without being able to break it, the same way we did here. And so, unfortunately, we'll be rejected and we'll fall. So that's why it's going to be interesting to watch. Anyway, I told you that we'd see a move by Thursday. I've been telling you that for 2 or 3 days, and look, we're almost there, because right now, how many bars are left? There are 4 bars left. So, knowing that 1 bar corresponds to 1 day, in the next 4 days, as you can see, there isn't enough room to place many more candles. In the next 4 days, we'll know if we break the downtrend line from above and pump, or if, unfortunately, we break the uptrend line from below and collapse, returning to reach 81,533, 77,980, or even, why not 74,878, or even 73,842, because it should be noted that as long as we are below this downtrend line, obviously the underlying trend remains bearish for the time being. Unless we manage to validate this cup and handle pattern, unless we manage to break the downtrend line. So, if we manage to break the downtrend line, that simply means we've broken the downtrend. And look, just above the head here, we'll have an important key level. Here we'll have the 90-125 zone, which corresponds to the top of the medium-term moving average band. In addition, it also corresponds to the top of the Bollinger Bands, which aren't too tight, but are actually starting to become parallel. So this could be interesting since, as you know, when we go back above the moving average band, we also go back above. So it would really be an alignment of the planets to break the downtrend line and break the band to, of course, seek higher points. So on the Bitcoin side, let's not lie to ourselves. I like what we're doing. I really like it. I have no idea if we'll validate it or not. I'm like you. I'm behind my screen. I don't have a crystal ball. But really, I like what we're forming. It's really very, very clean, technically speaking, with rebounds at key levels. So for the moment, what we have is cool. Now, we're not naive. We know that in the long term, Bitcoin is still completely bullish anyway. Anyway, I've always told you, despite the drops we've seen in recent weeks, Bitcoin is still completely bullish for me, with this completely bullish structure still in place. And I'll remind you though, it's worth noting, but a few days ago, we detected this famous indicator on my YouTube channel, the H ribbon, which can allow us to anticipate things. So we saw that it was activated here. So be careful, it's not yet confirmed and there isn't a real buy signal yet. But in any case, this indicator has awakened. So we'll see if in the coming weeks we manage to get the green dot. Then why not the blue dot, which would be a really interesting element. But here, as you can see, we're witnessing a perfect rebound in weekly view on a perfect key level. Remember, we had detected here the long-term bullish trend line designed since 2021. Well, look, we bounced perfectly off it at $80,000. We touched the zone, we bounced perfectly off it. Anyway, I told you that here, 80,000 or 76,000 or even 71,900 would be the bottom of the retracement. Listen, right now we're right in the middle of it. So are we out of the woods? No. To really confirm all this, we absolutely have to get back above 88,475. And as I told you earlier, reclaim the $92,500 area, which would really be a very, very, very interesting area to reclaim. Now, it's worth noting that the RSI on Bitcoin's weekly chart is at 50. We've perfectly returned to neutrality. So look, that's interesting. We've moved from the overbought zone to a neutral zone. So there we are. We're really doing pretty well on the Bitcoin side. And look at the MACD momentum. What do we see? We see that we're in a slight decline. That's it. So maybe by then we would have finished with the momentum bear and that little by little we could finally find a momentum bull. So that would be really, really, really interesting to watch very closely. Because right now, what our Bitcoin is doing is starting to look very nice. So we're now going to look at what's happening with the altcoins. So what's Ethereum doing to us? Or what's Ethereum doing to us? It's giving us a very, very, very nice rebound. So has it also validated its cup and handle pattern? Because I've also been telling you for several days that we're forming a cup and handle pattern. Well, look, friends, look, we're there. It's happening now on Ethereum. Ethereum crypto nugget. We're right on the key level. So here you see we have our breakout line at 2071. It's very clean, technically speaking. You see it here, the cup and handle pattern. We had already anticipated it. We didn't know if it would form, because when I told you about it, we were here. We were in the red candle. But I told you, be careful. Since we've already formed the first bottom, maybe we'll form the next one to form a cup and handle. Well, that's exactly what we've formed. We've fallen to rest on the support at 1936. We're forming the rebound. We have a magnificent cup and handle here. I remind you that this might allow us to climb back up, but for that, we have no choice. It will have to be validated, and so if we ever go back up, well, it would be to reach 2146 and here 2245, and what I want is a break of the downtrend line from above at 2327. Because what I think is that if Ethereum is going to reverse course, well, we have no choice. We have to recapture this box here. It's absolutely our target. So we need to at least re-enter $2,564 and above all, break out of this range from above at 2850. Because if we break these levels from above, obviously it would allow us to break the moving average ribbon and why not return to a completely bullish trend during another part of the bull run. In any case, for me, the bull run is clearly not over. Once again, this is just my own opinion. So yes, indeed, for me, I think the bull run is far, far from over. I think we can reach even higher levels for Bitcoin. Anyway, I gave you a target of between $130,000 and $150,000. So it's possible we could reach even higher levels. But for me, I think if we manage to reach these key levels, it will be really very interesting. And we still haven't had our famous alt season. And I remind you that this alt season will take place once Bitcoin has finished its bull run, After that, liquidity will be injected into altcoins. And after that, we will have an alt season. And when the alt season is over, indeed, the cycle will truly be over. But for now, we're not there yet. We're not even there yet. So we're going to wait and see if Bitcoin makes new highs. And once that happens, we can actually talk about alt season.